Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Finance Friday for you. Maybe one day I will actually get this up on a Friday. But until then, just take the little nuggets and wisdom that I have to offer you. And then for everything else, just buckle in for the ride because it's always fun around here. So please remember to subscribe, comment, like, leave suggestions, questions, all that good stuff down below for me, and I will see you later. Bye. Welcome back to Finance Friday. You know you're in the right place because you see a budget and a margarita. Awkward. Anyways, so something that I've been reflecting upon is the way that I want to record these and post these for y'all. What I mean by that is, like, last week I was very frustrated trying to deal with the budget on cards because I am just so used to cash, y'all. Like, this is really blowing my mind. As a waitress, I have worked with cash only for 10 years, so having to switch over to cards is just, it's mind-blowing. Anyways, so part of my problem is that whenever I'm coming to y'all with this, I should really only be, like last Friday was the 17th, then I should really only be going over the 17th's budget. I don't know the actual for that until the next Thursday or even the next Friday, because that's when I'm able to close out that week's budget. Right now, whenever I'm going over the actual with you on the day of the paycheck, it's just me saying, hey, actually, we are going to spend this amount of money. For instance, I told y'all that I would only spend the $100 on groceries, and I went over by $17.19. There was really no reason to do that, but I did. I went over, and it's easier to tell y'all that in the original video than to come back and say, hey, so I overspent by $17. So from now on, what I'm going to intend to do, at least, because once again, this is my first month in this workbook. I'm learning with you guys. So this is what I'm planning on doing, is today I'm going to go through this whole budget like I have been, but close it out because this week's over. And then at the end of the budget, at the end of the video, I'm going to go over the budget that starts today but will end Thursday. So on that, I will be showing you just the budget column and not the actual column. And then next week, whenever I come back, I'll close out the actual and then show you the next week's budget. Are we all on the same page? Cool beans, dude. As you can see, we are currently working with a March paycheck bill tracker. I hate to tell you, but if you were expecting some professional production, this is not the place for you to be, because I am not a professional production. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this paycheck. This is the paycheck for the week of April 17th, 2020, which was also my birthday week. Whoop, whoop. And my birthday cost us a good bit of money, to be honest. So first, let's talk about income. We want to bring over a starting balance if we have one. We have my income. We have my husband's income, and we received our stimulus check on this one, if you remember. So starting balance, I forgot to budget that. I'm pretty much going to copy over what I already have, but tell you what is different and why. So starting balance, I forgot me. I'm on unemployment. We know mine's $787 every week, and Nate's budget is $300 a week. The stimulus check was for $2,400. Here I go, already messing up things. So while I'm here talking about messing up things, I bought these whiteout pens from Amazon, and I am loving them. They are cute and handy and so quick to use. And a little expensive. So our budgeted income was $1,087. Bills, we had our AT&T internet bill due on the 17th, which is $110. We have our rent that we're putting aside in a savings account to make sure that it's ready when rent's due next week. And we had our car insurance, which got pulled on the 17th as well. And that is $79.76, which brings our bill total to $464.76. You subtract that from your income total up here, which left us with $622.24. So now for our envelopes. We have groceries. We have us. We have my allowance. We have Nate's allowance. We have my birthday, which, let me tell y'all, we really blew that out of the water. I'm sorry if my camera keeps moving. I'm trying to figure out a setup here that works best. All right, and then we have home, because we were going to be buying a sander and fertilizer for home projects. We have an envelope for the boys because they need dog food, and gas. So I always budget $100 for groceries, $100 for us. We both get $40 allowance every week. We said $150 for my birthday. Home was $60, the boys $45, and gas $40. Which totals out to $575, and you subtract that from that, leaving us with $47.24. All right. The next section is our sinking funds, or like savings accounts, essentially. $47.24. And remember, we found out that we were getting the stimulus check the day before this, so even though we didn't know about it here, we knew about it for some of this spending, which is why I overspent on the budget here. Anyways, we always have a date night fund. I said $50 for that. The boys have their own sinking fund, and that's where their like shots and annual vet visits and things like that come from. We also have our gift fund, which I said $20. Once again, that was before we were for sure getting the stimulus check. And car fund, $20. Home, $20. Clothes and hair, $30. Sam's Club, $25. And that totals out to $195, which would leave you in the negative here. And then remember, we did pay off my 2 tickets, which means I will be getting my license fixed soon. And I'm gonna just write down what we thought that was gonna be, because that was a blessing that it was $100 and something less than what it should have been. Thank you. And leftover, we are working on our 1 month ahead fund, aka our emergency fund. We also want to have those cushions, right? Okay, so there was like no money left there, so we'll just keep on moving. So now we're gonna start talking about our actuals. And so for instance, our starting balance actual, we had $456.46. I got my $787, Nate $299.43, and then $2,400 for the stimulus check, which means that we had $3,942.89 come in last week. Then our AT&T bill was $110. I transferred the $275 over, and that $79.76 drafted. So this was the same, and that left us with $3,478.13. We want to bring that down. And groceries were actually $117.19. This was actually $120. This is $40. This is $40. This, I guess, okay, so that really wasn't even as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Really, just my gift was bad. And I don't even say bad because I am super grateful that Nate did it. It just wasn't like what had been budgeted for, but like really what we budgeted for and what he wanted to get me and what I wanted wasn't within the budget. So anyways, he got me a camera for me to record YouTube videos, and if you've been watching, then you know that that's something that I want, but you can't really find a decent camera for under $500. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Carrying on, home, we actually spent $55.81, and the boys, $45. I'll put that aside for them because we still haven't actually gotten their food. And gas, we spent $23 instead. So now we're gonna add up all of those numbers. The $117.19 plus $120 plus $80, $139.88, $55.81, $45, and $23. So $580.88. And we are going to take that from the $3,478.13 up here, which leaves us with $2,897.25. Then we're going to bring that number up to right here, $2,897.25. Date night, I ended up not putting money aside from date night. For date night. The boys got their money, so $30 for them. Gifts was $500 put aside for Nate, and also for his watch. Like, his watch was $300, and then I put $200 aside for him. And then he purchased my camera. That was $539.80. That's the one thing that sucks about budgeting, is that you know everything and you know what's spent on you, etc., etc. So like, while I love my camera, I feel guilty that it costs so much. Anyways, this was the memory card for said camera, so that needs to be added to the gift total as well. And so $1,068.93. And see, he really didn't even go that much over. I felt like he did. Anyways, so car, 20, home, 20, clothes and hair, Sam's Club, those are all the same. And 30 plus the 1,068, 30 plus 168.93, 40 plus 55, and that's $1,223.93. And we're going to subtract that from this $2,897.25. Does anybody else struggle with these calculators? Because, man, I feel like some days they just don't like me. 1,673.32 gets brought down here. Our actual total for the tickets, we paid $184 for the first ticket and $641.50 for the second ticket, totaling $825.50. And that leaves us with $847.82. So, okay, so here's the next part. We have $847.82 left. Out of that, I have two accounts, right? So out of that, $593.44 belongs to Capital One, which is like where our bills come from. I want each of our accounts to have a $100 cushion. So $100 there. Subtract the 100 from that 500 number, which leaves us with $493.44. And then our New Horizons, the local account, has $110. Okay. So 493.44 plus the 110.22 plus 100. So that doesn't make sense. 847.82 minus 493.44. Okay, so these numbers aren't aligning. What's going to happen is I will go into the account and move everything that's not $100 over into my 1 month ahead account. I still need to go create that, which is kind of the problem here. And just like a lot of these do not have savings accounts on my actual bank account. So that's where a lot of my confusion is coming from, because like the bank account total is telling me that I have this much money there, but like in my mind, I have this money spent. So budgeting's gonna be a struggle until you figure it out. But once you figure it out, it's worth it, I promise. So this is last week's done, over with. And then now we have today's. So today is the 24th. And like I was saying earlier, what I'm going to do is just go through today's budget with you. And then next week, whenever I go back over this, we'll go through the actual, and then I'll set up the next week's budget with you. All right. So based on our previous budget, the budget that we just finished, we have a zero balance, right? Everything should be in its assigned places, whether it's a cushion, a savings account, whatever. It should have its assigned places. So we shouldn't even have a beginning balance. So I'm going to stop putting that on the sheet because it shouldn't be there. I'm sounding really Southern today, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, so Nate and me for income. We know my income will be $787. We're going to budget Nate's to be $300. And that's $1,087. This is the only part of the budget that I can go ahead and give you the actual on, because I do know what our income is for this week. As predicted, I made $787 and Nate made $610.40. They worked him last week. It was crazy. Okay, as for our bills, our Hulu is going to draft, which is going to be on the 27th, and that is $11.99. I actually think it's more than that. We just upgraded our Hulu account, so I'll know for certain next week, I guess. Spotify also drafts on the 27th, and that is $16.19. As you may know, we are putting aside rent. I started getting my unemployment 2 weeks ago, so we got 3 pays before our rent, so I wanted to make sure that we would have rent. So our rent divided by 3, we've got to put $275 over into our bill account to pay that. All right, our bill total is $303.18. Subtract that from that, and that's going to leave us with $787.82. And we bring that down here. Our envelopes. We always have our groceries, our us, my money, Nate's money. I'll go ahead and put home down. We don't need gas. The boys don't need any spending money because technically we put that in last week's budget. So even though we haven't bought their dog food, we put the money aside for it last week. So I'm not gonna put it down here. Groceries, $100. Us, $100. Me, $40. Nate, $40. Home, I'm gonna put $20. I don't know, just in case we do need something like Kleenex or soap or anything like that, I have the money for that. 100 plus 100 plus 80 plus 20. So that's 300. I don't even need a calculator. Subtract that from that. 487, 82. Bring that up here. I don't even think, was that on screen? Okay. So our sinking funds, we have our date night sinking fund. The boys have their sinking fund. We have our gift sinking fund, car, home, clothes, hair, and Sam's Club. So 50 for the date night, 30 for the boys, 20 for gifts, 20 for the car, 20 for home, 30 for clothes and hair, and 25 for Sam's Club. That totals to $195. $292.82. So as for our debt, we're still trying to figure all of our debt out. This week we don't have anything to pay because we have my credit card debt and that's due next month. And yeah, so I'm gonna skip over the debt part for this week. $292.82. We'll put that in our 1 month ahead. Which leaves us with 0 left over. So ideally what's gonna happen is next week I will come in and say, hey, this is what we actually spent versus what was budgeted. Like the sheet is set out for us to do, but I was just trying to show you how it all works together. And I think that this is what needs to happen for it to work in my mind. So that's where we are today. I have, that's trash. That's trash. That's staying. This is staying. I didn't know there was a dog right below me. All right, I talked about this last time, but I want to touch on it a little bit here as well. If you are spending money, I know we're not supposed to be leaving the house for anything right now, but if you are leaving and you're spending, please make sure that you're checking in with your money every single day. Every single day you should be coming to this book or whatever tracker it is that you have and tracking what you're spending, because it's the same thing whether you want to change your food life or your financial life or whatever. The basis of that is going to be tracking, and that's learning where you're spending your calories or your points or your money, whatever that may be. Like, you won't know until you track it. So make sure you're checking in, seeing where your money is going every single day, and that's the first step to improving your financial life. But that's this week's budget. I hope this helped somebody. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please remember that I am a novice. It's my first month of budgeting and I'm learning right along with y'all, but I am so happy to be here and helping. Okay, well, on that note, if you don't hear my neighbors outside screaming bloody murder right now, they are. So I need to get off the phone either way. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.